Just trying to get the lovely snow in the background. What does the Department of Education, the federal Department of Education, do, and what does it not do? By the way, this is from reporting we've done, as well as information from the Department of Education website, federal law, etc., etc. What does the Department of Education not do? It does not determine curriculums. That is up to states and local school districts. So what does the Department of Education do? It provides funding from federal tax dollars and enforcement to ensure equal access to education across the country. For example, there are several federal laws that require schools to provide accessible buildings and resources for students with disabilities. For example, the ADA and IDEA. The Department of Education ensures that those laws are followed and also provides funding to school districts who do not have the funding or resources in order to do it. Another thing the Department of Education does, it provides federal funding to schools in areas with less opportunity and resources. For example, Title I. That's funding that can go into paying for a school lunch program run by the USDA, or equipment or professional training. The idea here is to provide that funding to school districts that otherwise would not be able to provide equal access to education for students. The whole point is to try to give students across the country an equal opportunity to access quality education in their public school districts. The Department of Education does a lot of research, collecting data about demographics and school performance. The states choose the assessments they want to use. Another thing the Department of Education does is it provides funding and resources for college education, including grants and loans for students attending college. This includes FAFSA, which determines federal student aid based on a bunch of things, including estimated family contribution. The Department of Education also oversees Pell Grants, which are U.S. subsidies that help pay for college for students with exceptional financial needs. That's in quotes, exceptional financial needs. When it comes to enforcement, the Department of Education can investigate civil rights violations, predatory lending practices. But again, this is not based on what schools teach or don't teach. It's based on whether these schools are complying with existing federal laws. By the way, this is not a complete and comprehensive list of everything the Department of Education does and how it does it. There's all kinds of formulas, data, codes, federal regulations that go into all of this, and I would not be able to fit it all into one video. But I encourage you to visit the Department of Education website, also to visit your state and local school district websites, because a lot of this stuff is public information. You can understand how much funding your school district gets from the federal government and what that funding goes towards, and how much your state and local governments are contributing to student education.